Okay, fellas, look, we were poor defensively last time. We got torn to pieces, and I really want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So we're going to be working our defensive shape today, okay? No Parisi, we were terrible. Our defensive shape was terrible. We were pulled all over the place. Kind of like Kedlik on a night out.
Synker samman till segerstroppen Moutan Grindavik Och jag vet att nu get it done.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 8, Episode 10 today. We have Cadiz and Manchester United at home, both games in the Champions League. We need 4 points, I think, from this episode, if we have any chance of getting through the league phase into the knockout rounds. But the league has actually ticked over now, so that's all happened. And so we have some end-of-season stuff there to go through. You can see the team of the season here. There were 4 Grindavik players, Rafferson in goal. We had, who else did we have here? We had Olmarkson in midfield, which is well-deserved with his performances. And then we had Thomason playing on the left wing and Cadlick in between night outs. He's gone out to celebrate this, I believe, as well. So we'll see him in a couple of days in the up front as well. So fair enough. I think that's those guys played well. You'd expect for a team that only dropped 4 points all season, maybe 1 or 2 other players in there. But we do rotate a lot, obviously. So perhaps that explains it. Now, there were some other award winners as well. Young Player of the Year went to Neil Baltinson, continuing a fine tradition in recent seasons of Grindavik players winning that award, so well done to him on that. And Player of the Season was Damien Olmarkson, again continuing a very fine tradition of Grindavik players winning that award. So well done to those two. They have done themselves proud, done the team proud. And we look for 7 in a row, when that league season restarts. Now, there's not too much else to catch you up on, so let's go and see what we're doing here against Cadiz. Now, they are managed by Marcelo Gallardo, who has said in the press stuff pre-game, we had no chance, despite them being below us in the table. We're expecting a 4-3-2 out of... What am I looking at? A 4-3-3 even. And this is the team that we are sending out. Now, we have done work on defensive shape after the debacle of last episode. So, Rafferson in goal. Immonen, Gull and Parisi will be the back 3. Julison and Depe will come in to play down that left-hand side. Antonio and Albert Jonsson, I'm just thinking he might be a little bit more defensively solid in there. So, he's going to come in place of Mashalek. Bakali, Gadini and Baltinson will be the men responsible for the goals, hopefully. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. There's 1 or 2 names. Cornet, he's the guy from Burnley, I think, isn't he, in real life? Bogac, we had him at Leeds. He was a good young player back when we had him there. And Chong, who's a Manchester United youngster, isn't he? He's in their lineup. So, I mean, we've got to remember Ranocchia as well. I don't know if that's the Ranocchia that I'm thinking of or a different one. Yes, Cadiz is a strange team to see in here. Now, I'm not sure if they won the Europa League. There's no pressure on us. Let's go with that. Or if they were top 4 in La Liga. Either way, a Spanish team in the Champions League is never going to be easy, is it? Now, one thing that I didn't do between the last game against Leon and this one, we didn't play any friendlies. I was wondering if maybe we were a little tired, if that contributed to particularly the Leon performance. So... we maybe not completely match sharp, but what we shouldn't be is have any tied legs, and we'll just see how that works here. But if we are absolutely any chance of getting out of this group, then we need to win. It has to be a win, this one. Anything less, and I just don't see it happening. The 2 Manchester teams, one at home, one away, and then Paris Saint-Germain at home as the last 3 games is extremely tough. And like I say, we will. He's looking a little bit like a torpedo, isn't he? Parisi these days. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Yeah, so we did do a lot of work on defense, chance creation and conversion as well. We tend to do that no matter what we're doing, just to try and make sure we're staying sharp in front of goal. And the first highlight at least has us in possession. Baltinson's done brilliantly. Baltinson! Oh! It's a goal of the season contender from Neil Baltinson. And what a strike. He's quick feet to get past the defender. Jonsson with the assist as well, and strength, speed, everything, and then look at that across the goalkeeper. It is a beautifully taken goal from, we have to say, king of the gags, wouldn't we? I mean, Rafferson's good though, isn't he? Well onside, and that is absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, we have a lead. Can we hang on to it now? That is going to be the big question. Let's hope all that defensive training has paid off. We've got another highlight here. I did drop Mosquera as well, you may notice, for Gull, as that is just down to he was just seemed a little bit not doing so well last episode. Depe with a poor touch gives away possession. Now are we going to pay a price for that? Let's see here. Oh, we are coming at us. Immonen is not the quickest. And Rafferson. I apologise. We've got joint kings, I think. The princes of the gags, perhaps. There is no... Maybe I can be the king. And that is headed away. But still the danger is there. We need to get out. Oh, and Rafferson again. Maybe Rafferson's the king of the gags. They are just both very, very good players, aren't they? Ball in. It is... clear, is it? Yes. And a little bit of a fright there, but we have just about seen that off. And you can see here, we're 21st, even with potentially 3 points here, which is far from obviously in the bag just yet, as Rafferson watches it over the top. So that would suggest that we're going to really struggle, even with a win here, to get through this group. We'll give them some more praise. Can we get this ball away? But Carly is not the tallest. Gadini is a little bit more. But we're just struggling. Oh, there we go. It knocks it down for Juleson. Back to Gull. And we build from the back and we go. Let's just not get caught in possession here. Well done, boys. Very, very well played. Oh, we could be Spanish with play like that, couldn't we? Boutenson again. Boutenson! Maybe a little overconfident after the first one. Sends that high into the fans behind the goal. We are about to enter first half stoppage time. What we don't want to do is concede a goal late in the half. Bakali for Boutenson again. Boutenson's in again. Boutenson! Oh, goalkeeper, defender. Someone got something on it. But we'll have a corner. Parisi, Immonen are there. They are our best two in the air, I would suggest. Ball in, right into the middle. Goalkeeper stays home. Antonio picks it up. Oh, looking for Gadini. Maybe not the smartest pass, though. It was a very low percentage one. And that is half-time. Now, we had a half-time lead against Barcelona. Second half didn't go quite as well. I think what we will say is don't let complacency come into the performance. We didn't say that against Barcelona. And second half, we did get kind of pulled to pieces a little bit. So let's hope that we've learned a lesson from that. Let's give them some early praise. And let's see if the tireless hours of defensive work on the training ground can pay off for us here. The half is flying by, which is absolutely fine by me. If we have a highlightless half, I will be fine with that, but we've got defending to do. Ball in, goal, heads it clear. Gadini down for Bakali. Bakali, oh, he just can't quite get it clear. It was a bit of a lungy tackle, to be fair, and is that Rafferson again? Immonen comes away with it. And now we have goal over a free kick. Juleson only playing a 6-1 out there. Bakali has been played through the middle. Bakali has a go. There was a ball on there for Boutenson, wasn't there? And for once, Bakali perhaps didn't see the pass. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And straight up the other end. Juleson is not playing well. Let's get a study on for him. And just caught on the break, weren't we? Rafferson for once couldn't come to our rescue. And yeah, 20 minutes to play. We find ourselves a goal down, and we don't want to fall in a heap second half again. Away, it's still there. It's a good block from Antonio, but still the pressure is on. Can Bakali get to that? No. Oh. Alright, we've got another chance. We just need to calm it down, maybe in possession a little bit. Jonsson gets it wide there for Depe. Can Depe, he's got two on him, he goes past them both. Can he whip the cross in now? He can, it's there, it's all Boutenson! Past the post, it was a good chance, wasn't it? And now they've got a highlight. Can we put the pressure on them, win it back high up the pitch? One thing we are struggling to do is win the ball off them, aren't we? As he's got a long, long way there. And again over the top. I mean, I maybe we shouldn't be attacking, but I feel like if we don't win the game, we're out of Europe anyway. So a draw doesn't, I don't think, help us. Although, you know, maybe We need to be thinking that, you know, if we take a point here and then hope for something against Manchester United or Paris or City away even. Alright, they are attacking us in wide areas here, aren't they? So let's try and trap them inside perhaps. And let's step up. Let's try stepping up. I instantly regret putting step up on. But I'm thinking... is the offside... Oh, is it going to save us? It didn't look offside, did it? No, it's been given. It's 2-1. Rafferson just couldn't quite do it, could he? Alright, let's go back to wingers and see if that makes any difference for us. Where are we here? Tactics and that. Okay, so off come Gadini and Gall. On comes Svensson and Iskala. I think Baltinson is just about worthy of staying on the pitch, which is why he is doing just that. And yeah, well, let's see if switching to wingers makes any difference for us here. Let's encourage them. We've got a corner. Bakali whips it in. It's a decent one. It's going to be picked up by Depe. Back to Astadi. Gets it wide, but can't find Bakali. And is this the killer goal here? Jonsson should get to that. He does. All right, Baltinson through for Iskala. Here we go. Here we go. Iskala, the first Faranese player to score in the Champions League. Surely it's 2-2. We're going to have to go back to wingers, aren't we? We're going to have to go back to wingers. We just look like we have more of a threat playing with wingers. And, well, the fact that we've sold Cadiz in this case may be a good thing, because what we can do is look to maybe invest more in wide players. We're just going to have to go back to this. It's not working, is it? Bakali now. Could we have a massive, massive spin around? Bakali, please, mate, come on. Crossbar, he hit the crossbar. Oh, we were that close. I mean, they've hit the crossbar, I think, once or twice as well, haven't they? And we are into stoppage time. The clock is running down. And it finishes 2-2. Probably a fair result, would we say, in the end. We had some really good chances. XG suggests we should have won the game, but if you round up and down, 2-2 is the score, isn't it? 50% possession each. But I just think we might need to go back to wingers. So I think, in truth, a result that doesn't really help either team. Both of us are sitting outside the top 24, and we have, as I say, both Manchester teams and Paris Saint-Germain to come. So that is, that's not great, is it? Look at, I don't know if you can see it here, but Jerv, the only point they've got was the point they got off us. Those extra 2 points would be quite useful now, wouldn't they? So useful Grindavik draw with Cadiz, 800 grand in the bank. Baltinson, absolute star that he is. And yeah, I mean, we were the post away with Bakali's free kick from winning that as well. But Rafferson, Jolison, Jonsson and Baltinson being looked at for the Icelandic squad. Guys, right there, we will host Manchester United next, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, it's time to vote for your Viewers Player of the Year. We have 4 nominees. Thank you everybody who nominated. The way that I used as a tiebreaker for, we had more than 4, is just highest average match rating. So in alphabetical order, the nominees are Damien Allmarkson, 10 goals, 15 assists, an average match rating of 7.62 for him. Antonio Bakali is the second nominee, 13 goals, 11 assists, 7.45 average for him. Third nominee is Neil Baltinson, 33 goals and counting, 5 assists and an average match rating of 7.53. And the final nominee, different role, same great player, it's Fausto Gadini, 21 goals, 14 assists and an average match rating of 7.88. So as ever, there'll be a link down top of the description just below. Click on that, it'll take you through to a straw poll, and we will announce the winner at next episode's end of season awards. Okay, welcome back. Here we are, ready to face Manchester United, host Manchester United. Now, the kids, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I mean, they did beat Manchester United 3-0, so let's hope that that's sort of something to go forward with. But with games against Paris and Manchester City, they are only in on goal difference, so they're going to struggle, but the Manchester City are not doing too well themselves, so Who knows? Maybe they can do it, but Paris Saint-Germain are sitting top of the standings, so you'd imagine that that's going to be tough for them, and then it might come down to the Manchester City game, and even then, it may not be enough. But anyway, let's see what we're doing against the first teamers here in Manchester United. We're expecting a 4-3-3 out of them, inverted wingers as well, it looks like. And this is the team we're going with. We're going to go with the 4-3-3 ourselves. So Rafferson, Depe, Immonen, Parisi, and Juleson will be hopefully able to stop them. It is Antonio, Jonsson, and Bakali in midfield. Svensson and Scala with Baltinson going up top. That means Gadini on the bench. Now, it's been a long time since he's been there by choice, and well, let's hope that we don't need him, but if we do, I'm sure he'll be ready to go. Ruud van Nistelrooy is the manager there. Now, Darlow is still there. I don't think there's any other 8 seasons in still players that are there. So that's a high... it's 8 seasons, I suppose, but you'd expect 1 or 2 to still... Oh, there is 1, I suppose. Anyway, I'll just close my mouth, shall I? No pressure on us here, boys. We are at home, obviously, and if we want any chance of getting out of the group, we cannot afford to lose the game. Marcus Rashford apparently is injured, so he would otherwise still be there as well. But yeah, I mean, if there's any chance, we can't afford to lose this one, but we'll just kind of see, won't we? We'll just see what happens. Sancho is still there as well, of course. So there is a few. So maybe that's about right. But yeah, I mean, Manchester City away next, as I've said before. We're not going to show that on the channel. But yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens, I suppose. What could possibly go wrong here. As there we go, roof watch. And yeah, I don't see the problem I'm going to have now is if we're going back to this, we're going to need to strengthen with wingers. Now, as I said, the benefit, we'll see how this game plays out first of all, but the benefit is that we have sold Cadlick, which means we've got first choice Baltinson and Gadini as sort of elite strikers, and then we would have 1 or 2 others that are coming through. We might need to get like somebody else in that can sort of do a job as a striker, but then we can go after maybe some more elite-ish kind of style wingers. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We'll see. Obviously, we've got a transfer window coming up momentarily, so that will that'll give us some chance to reevaluate. As a good block there from somebody, and the corner leads to nothing. Cadiz is losing at home to Ajax. I wonder if we had played with wingers the whole time against Cadiz, if that would have made a difference. There is the Jerv, or whatever they're called, the fact that the only point they've got against anybody is against us, and that is 1-0 to Manchester United. Bakali's poor pass led to the goal, and yeah, it was a poor pass, wasn't it? They just hit us on the break from there. Juleson maybe just not quite quick enough. Rafferson couldn't really commit either way there, could he? Because he could easily have gone across him as well. So that is disappointing. Let's see what becomes of this. We're in first half stoppage time. We could bring Mashalek on as a more attacking option in midfield. I'm not completely done with him. I always, as I said before in previous episodes, I think the players need at least a season, at least to be able to speak the language and whatnot to settle in. So I'm not... Oh, and it's Fabio Vieira again. And that one hurts, doesn't it? Right on the stroke of half-time. And we see it season after season. I know Dave Mortensen is... Not Mortensen. Dave Mortram. It's like very frustrated. And it is frustrating. We seem to finish every season just getting our asses handed to us, don't we? And it's easy to forget that we have done well to get this far, but when we play these top teams, for whatever reason, the reason is probably we're not good enough, but it just doesn't work for us, and it is frustrating, that's for sure. Now, they are a gegenpressing side, but what we might do is we'll take it off, exploit the flanks, and see if that works for us. I usually find with gegenpressing sides, the reason I exploit the flanks, if they're going to, gegenpress, just to make them run from side to side and try and tire them out. But, I mean, the thing is, there wasn't really any highlights apart from where they scored, which you could argue is a good sign. You could also argue is just them being incisive and waiting for their moment as Juleson heads it back nicely to the goalkeeper. Let's take Svensson off for Gadini. Not quite sure how Gadini will go as a winger, but Svensson is just not quite working out the way I maybe had hoped. Icelandic for Baltinson. Is he onside? If he is, he's scored. I'm not convinced. I think the ref has pointed to halfway. Well, that is a very, very nice goal indeed. It is 2-1. We're back in the game. And Icelandic looking like a little bit of a star, isn't he? Did well there. Some quick feet. Maybe Darlow playing Baltinson on. But Baltinson with goals against Manchester United and Cadiz now. And I'm pretty sure that Neil is a Chelsea fan, so he will enjoy that even more so, I would imagine. If you're a Chelsea fan, just seeing a goal, I imagine, would be exciting, wouldn't it? You win one game at Stamford Bridge and you just become just unbearable. Alright, Bakali. I'm talking about me there, mate. Oh, it's off the post! Obviously Villa playing Chelsea. Well, we are looking a lot better this second half all of a sudden, and we've just hit the crossbar, have we? Or was it just over onto the roof of the net? Okay, Baltinson, I've got Baltinson on the brain. Bakali not having a great game. We do have Mashalek. We'll bring him on, see what he can do. And is there going to be a late chance here for us to go and get an equalising goal? We're about to enter stoppage time. We'll go to all out. Oh, we've got a corner. Mashalek to take. It's not quite happening from the corners, is it? We've got Depe now on the board. Juleson forward for Antonio. Come on, boys. Let's get a little bit of magic from somewhere here. Antonio caught in possession. Not really the magic I was looking for. Grindavik magic, just to specify. And is this going to be the death nail? Oh, it's Fabio on a hat-trick. He lays it off and it's just over the top. We've got about 20 seconds to go. I don't think there's time. Get it forward, boys. Get it forward. Come on. Parisi goes for Jonsson and that is it. 2-1. Well, you could argue there's no shame in losing by one goal to Manchester United. You could argue there's a lot of shame in that. But that goal before half-time was the death nail, wasn't it? It absolutely just knocked the stuffing out of us. But that is a decent effort, but just not quite good enough. And we drop outside the top 24 now. Well outside, actually. And with 2 games to go, we're going to need, 7 points now, so at least 2 draws. We're going to need a win and a draw, aren't we, if we're going to do it. And against City and Paris, that's maybe a little bit of a big ask. But yeah, a good effort and falling short just seems to be the Grindavik story in the Champions League phase, doesn't it? So we've knocked out in the sense that we're not going to make the automatic top 8, which we were never going to do anyway. And yeah, well, we'll just have to kind of hope that we can provide a miracle. That's it for today, though, guys. Don't forget to go and vote for your Viewers Player of the Year. And I will see you next time as we round out the season at home to Paris Saint-Germain. And if there's anything to play for in that one, I'll be surprised. Take care.